serial killers, psychopaths, people who use the end pieces to make a sandwich. Her. I bet he's thinking about other girls. Him. Why does water taste better when you drink it from a glass and not a mug? Stephen Hawking reincarnated as a chair, doing nothing because mentally too tired. Me tired of doing nothing. Source material exists. Hollywood making adaptations? Nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Me about to watch a full-length video after scrolling for 2 hours. Me 30 seconds in. Literally the same person. Wannabe edgy tech lords. A cheese sandwich is just raw grilled cheese. He's out of line, but he's right. Girls. Why do guys never pick up our hints? Their hints. It's time for you to look inward and start asking yourself the big questions. Why isn't an image automatically upvoted when downloaded? When you get so stoned that the smoke starts revealing your destiny, peaceful day exists, cough and cold. YouTube comments then versus now. I found this video very entertaining and will show it to everyone I know. 2024 anyone. How it feels when you gain a cat's trust and it starts to follow you. VPN commercials. I never log data, that's my ninja way. VPNs when... It was him. PC gamers when they realize a picture is only 1 FPS. When I make a comment and I keep getting notifications every 5 seconds because 2 random people are arguing in the replies. How it feels trying new socks when your old ones were full of holes. How I look when I want to take a screenshot but turn my phone off instead. Your next task is to not mention how dark it is at 5 p.m. for the next 3 months. Whenever a potential employer says, "We're all like a family here," I must get out of here as quick as possible. I still have a week to study. I can play games until tomorrow. There's still 5 days left. Maybe I'll play a few hours. 2 days is still plenty of time to study. Oh no, the exam is today. YouTube doesn't recommend you videos longer than 5 mins anymore. YouTube doesn't recommend you videos longer than 5 mins anymore. That feeling after seeing some photos of your childhood. By the gods, what have I become? When she breaks up with him for me. Sometimes what a person needs is just one piece. A radically different childhood. Calling into work sick. The moment you get off the phone. When do you shut down your laptop? Hardcore gamers. We don't do that here. Commenting on a post about intelligence, getting hundreds of replies. 2 dumb people are arguing. What it looks like, what it feels like. Gen Z worried about the cost of living. Boomers. Economy. Me. I'm not gonna stress myself out today. Me when someone speaks to me. When you hear you're such a good friend after flirting with her the whole time. My younger self watching me going to bed at 9 on a weekend. Me at work after fixing the printer. My brain thinking we're gonna die after having a minor health issue. So it begins, when your song about stacking bananas all night becomes a Halloween staple. How people show themselves online, how they really are when you get to know them. My fiancée after she finally finished her pumpkin carving. Eat fresh rice. Eat leftover rice from yesterday. When you run over that 4th pedestrian, chasing some blue hedgehog. When you finish Googling the mild pain you're struggling with. My death poem, my final will. Should've, should have, should've. What is a common sense issue? If you go to public school, your lunch should be free. Me staring at myself on FaceTime instead of my parents. My technologically impaired partner drawing a pie graph for a group project worth 35% of our grade, instead of searching online how to do it for some reason. Age is just a number. People who just turned 30 yesterday. When you've cycled through all your music but nothing's really hitting. Password is incorrect. Changes password. New password cannot be the same as the old password. Me, the movie. Subtitles. Media constantly showing me how good things could be if I was in a relationship. My dreams doing the same thing constantly. Me, just trying to survive another day. Watching the entire net essentially admit that they cannot function without an application. Fuck. My dad when the players don't listen to his instructions through the TV. When the morning sun glares at you through the curtains. Knock it off. I work nights. When you did not understand a single word, bro said, and you just look at him like this. Me having a great time with my friends. 11 missed calls from mom. Facebook. We value your privacy. Also, Facebook. Book a $100 doctor's appointment after an injury. Insurance helpfully covers $900 of it. So I am on the hook for the other $600. So I am on the hook for the other $600. You participated in a competition to decide the nicest guy in the world. Your opponent did not show up so that you win the prize. Me pretending I did not know the work drama just so I can hear it from both sides. When a girl rejects you just like your anxiety said she would. Just like the simulations. Me. Trying not to be an introvert by asking what the guy beside me does for a living. My Uber driver. I am not afraid of women. I often have conversations with female friends and strangers. They do not find me creepy, still cannot get a girlfriend. Imaginary millennials congratulating me for my deep knowledge of 2000s meme culture. Gen Z me who has had unrestricted internet access since I was 3. Free 30-day trial. Enter card details. 12-year-old me in front of the mirror after doing 4 push-ups in the worst form possible. Unemployed. Chinese meeting unemployed Americans in Red Note. Me going back in time to prevent evolution because apparently killing Newton is not enough to prevent physics from being a school subject. Hollywood producers? Franchise that was done 30 years ago? Am I really going to defile this grave for money? Hollywood producers? Franchise that was done 30 years ago? Of course I am. YouTube front page. Me. My meal. Watch later. New Yorker builds igloo in Brooklyn and lists it on Airbnb for $200. When you forget what you are thinking about, so you try to think of the chain of thoughts that lead to that thought. Juice companies advertising 100% natural fruit. Cigarette companies advertising their product will kill the consumer. Me on my bed knowing I am a disappointment to everyone else. A video about a developer making a game with a unique premise. They put a time restraint on themselves for no reason. When you are enjoying your own peace, but someone just watches videos on their phones at full volume. Waiting for your ice cream to thaw. Warming up your spoon in the microwave to scoop it easier. 28 years old me. My confidence and creativity as a child. Companies struggle with customer feedback after trying the product. Parachute manufacturing companies. Me. Places 17 out of 1,000 puzzle pieces while my wife does the rest. I am doing my part. How bidet users felt during 2020. Me. Buying 19 new games on Steam sale. Promising to myself to play them soon. The oldest computer was owned by Adam and Eve. It was an Apple with very limited memory. Just one bite and everything crashed. Me. Someone took a large poop in your bathroom. Starbucks barista. Do you mean a venti? When your PC loads games so fast that you do not even have time to read the tips. Modern problems. Me sending a potentially risky text right before I go to sleep and leave it to future me to find out whether or not it was a major screw-up. Me when TikTok gets banned. Me when it gets unbanned. People at 2 a.m. crying over their relationship. Me at 2 a.m. about to make a sandwich. Left on read. Got ghosted. Left them speechless. Me is about to sleep. My brain. Just beat it. Me looking at them after adding, I am only joking. Knowing damn well I meant everything I said. Musicians counting to 4. Musicians counting to 5.